Cloth mask making has been turned into a booming business, selling the personal protective equipment to individuals who may otherwise not have access to medical masks, advertising their businesses on various social media platforms. According to an article by Joey Hayden for the Business Insider, the wake of the coronavirus has seen an underground economy of fashion designers, seamstresses and garage entrepreneurs monetizing this craft. As fears of contracting COVID-19 mount, it is not uncommon to see individuals donning masks everywhere you go, at malls, at the workspace, and on the streets. This has also extended to seeing people in their cars, driving with their masks on even when they are alone in it. Talk has been swirling that mask wearing offers better protection against contracting the dreaded coronavirus. While some may be taking advantage of a dire situation to make money, the users may be encouraged by some message drivers doing the rounds on how using masks is their ticket to salvation against the COVID-19. One such message drivers are the Masks for All movement, who are based in the Czech Republic, a country that still has made wearing masks mandatory during the wake of Europe being one of the worst hit continents in the world. As a country that has made it illegal to not wear a mask, we wished to understand when is it the right time to wear masks, especially here in a country that has one of the smallest numbers of infected people.
Based on recent data, we know that population-wide use of masks is essential for suppression of the outbreak.
According to our professional experience, a simple homemade mask can prevent up to 100% of the spread of potentially infected microdroplets.
The more people use masks, the less virus can be distributed and fewer individuals are exposed.
Our guest is Peter Ludwig, who started the Masks for All movement with some scientists.
I read more than 30 scientific studies about face masks, and the science is quite clear. We now know that the main way how the coronavirus is spread is through little droplets that you spread around you when you talk or when you breathe. And we know that many cases are without symptoms. So basically people are spreading the virus, but they don't know that they have the virus. That's why face masks, even homemade ones, are very crucial to slow the spread of the virus. So basically we tested this hypothesis in two main universities here in Central Europe. And we know that mask that is made from your old t-shirt can stop about 95% of those droplets. So it's not about buying masks that are dedicated for healthcare workers, because those professional masks should be in hospitals. But this is about homemade masks. There are many tutorials online, and you can make your homemade mask that can prevent the spread of the virus. And our main claim of campaign Masks for All is I'm protecting you, you're protecting me. So basically, if we both have a face mask, the virus has to go through your mask, then there's air, and then it has to go through my mask. So you have two protection.
A study by two professors, Lisa Bordeaux and Margaret Siizema at the University of Minnesota, says there's no scientific evidence that wearing a mask can actually be effective in preventing contracting COVID-19. What has been your data been based on?
I think that those professors were testing how the face mask can stop the virus. But this is not the key. The key is the spread of the virus from you to others. So basically, it can stop those droplets. So, and there are many new studies about that, and even CDC, that is the main authority in the US, changed its opinion. WHO also changed its opinion. our work is based on recent data, and now there are many studies that are for wearing face mask if you go out and if you are about to meet some other people.
The same professors purport that routinely wearing a mask may make individuals relax other methods of self-preservation. We asked Peter what his thoughts are on the matter.
Our experience from Czech Republic that has 10 million people is just the opposite. Because when people wear a face mask, they are already, they knew that there is a risk, so they are much more careful. Because if you meet someone with a face mask, then you do this social distancing thing. Because if you don't have a face mask, you often forget that you should have a social distance. We have one of the best data from the whole Europe. We have only about 160 deaths in the whole history. And in the same time, Belgium, that has a similar population, they have 400 deaths daily. So it's like 30 times worse numbers. And the main difference is that we have a mandatory face mask. So we have not just the evidence from the scientific studies, we have the evidence here from this country and other, and now more countries are following. So there are more than 20 countries that made masks mandatory.
When running a business means
Where did I put that receipt?
we can help you with instant accounting, free software that does your bookkeeping for you. When running a business means
Wait, what do you mean the container hasn't arrived?
we help protect your business from risk with Mohwebi Insurance. And when it means
How do we pay our staff that don't have bank accounts?
we help you make multiple payments directly to people's phones with e-wallet bulk send. At FNB, we're constantly innovating to help business owners at every stage of their journey.
The use of masks by healthy uninfected individuals has, however, led to stockpiling for everyday use of basic face masks to N95 respirator masks for everyday use. This, as was the case with sanitizers at the onset of this pandemic, has resulted in a shortage of masks for medical professionals who are at the forefront of this fight. Can using masks by healthy individuals protect them from contracting the virus? Are they effective? This is one of the questions we posed to our cardiac specialist, Dr. Kieran Baggett, to give his view as a medical professional.
Face masks have become a hotly debated topic in this time of corona pandemic. I think fears over developing COVID have led to our public hoarding masks, leading to a significant shortage for medical workers. But recently, the Center for Disease Control in the United States released new guidelines around April the 3rd, recommending everyone in the United States wear non-medical face coverings outside their home.
We also asked Dr. Kieran Baggett what the safety standards are, considering that some individuals actually manufacture these masks from various cloth materials. In short, what material is considered safer?
A surgical face mask's main purpose is to keep out the liquid of an infected person's sneeze or cough from entering your mouth or nose. Wearing one can protect you from getting sick if you're in close contact with someone who is ill and could prevent you from spreading your illness to someone else. So it's common practice for medical professionals to wear them around sick patients. Face coverings, on the other hand, are meant to protect you in the same way that disposable surgical masks do by blocking large particles and respiratory droplets. These face coverings should be washed in hot water and dried on high heat between uses to kill any bacterial viruses that get on them. Finally, the N95 respirators. This is where respirator, a tight-fitting protective device worn around the face, comes in. When people say respirator, they're usually referring to the N95 respirator, which gets its name from the fact that it blocks at least 95% of tiny particles, including viruses. These are the masks that are most strongly requested to be saved for medical professionals in our country.
As a medical professional, what should be the discussion around wearing masks, seeing that there's a shortage for medical professionals?
For me, as a physician, what is important is to address a supply shortage for doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers before people buy their own masks. The public must remember that the shortage doesn't hurt healthcare workers, but all of us, because we need as many doctors and nurses as possible to stay healthy so they can treat and save people who are sick, not just with COVID, but with other illnesses too.
There have been some concerns that people are now disregarding other forms of self-preservation, which include washing hands, self-isolation and social distancing. We asked the good doctor what his thoughts are.
There is also a general concern that public masks could give people an exaggerated sense of security. Masks don't make you invincible, and they absolutely cannot replace good hygiene. Remember, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and practice physical distancing. Even in the Asian countries where widespread mask use is common, good hygiene and physical distancing have been necessary to combat the coronavirus.